Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome to the Chasing Portals podcast. Hey, today we have a special guest, the John McLay. Yes, Johnny's having some coffee. Yes, so anyway, Purple made the coffee and the whole podcast studio. So thank you, Purple.
You're welcome.
So John,
thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. So we don't really know much about you because, there isn't much on the internet about you. But I do know that you started Nspire Create Labs in March 2022. So that's a new business for you. So tell us about that. What got you into that?
Like December-ish, me and Solaris had met Aaron and started making the soapstone. And then Matthias got involved working on that as well. And Matthias decided, he came to me and Solaris and was like, I think now is a great time to start a business and I want to start with you guys. So, we said yes, of course. And then we went and found a couple other people to start the business up with. And the soapstone was the first world we had completed. Technically, we weren't inspired at that time. I didn't know you built the
soapstone.
I knew you built it, but but I didn't know it was like the first world you did. It
was the first world we built as a team. So we had discussed Nspire like about halfway through the build. And then I think we signed all the contracts by the end of January. So that's when Nspire first kind of started. And then we got the Wendy's gig and some stuff from Meta. And then we had done a couple of worlds for some Horizoners. Let's see, the Regal Boxing was one of them. And that was all before we got the Wendy's gig. We had started building up and we'd talked to some smaller businesses, to build worlds out. And then we got the Wendy's gig and that was a big four world project. So it provided a lot of work. And so we were busy doing that. And then once it hit, it got our name kind of out there. And then we kept getting more commercial type gigs from that. And then the same thing, it's kind of like a feedback loop. And so we've done a lot of stuff recently. We did the Cheetos World. We did Target.
Love that world.
Look at him. He's got such a straight face. He's like, no, I can't tell you anything. Look at him. So funny.
I'm glad I'm not wearing the Pro right now.
Right.
Oh, you should have put it on. No. How could you do that to
tell.
us? Come on.
Yeah.
But you can see his face.
Oh, actually, am I wearing the Pro? I might be wearing the Pro. Am I wearing the Pro?
You would know the difference.
Well, I might have turned off the facial tracking.
When you wear it, your eyes go down a little bit more, I think. So.
Yeah.
Okay, am I winking at you now?
No.
Okay,
but
I think I turned off. Yeah. I think I turned off facial tracking.
That's staying in there.
Do you like it?
I do like
pros
it.
And cons.
Yes, there's definitely pros and there's definitely cons, and it depends on the context, in which you're using it, right? So, I think some people there's gonna be more cons and pros. For me, there's more pros. I once I learned how to wear it correctly, it's very comfortable. I was wearing it wrong before. And I find it very convenient to just pick it up and put it on the charger, put the controllers on the charger, and then walk away, knowing that when I come back, it's going to have some charge to it. And it's really easy just to set up on the charger. I actually like that it's open down here for the work I do. It's more comfortable in that sense too, because I don't play a lot of games with the headset. I'm usually in here building or working or something. And then I have meetings and stuff outside of here where I'm not wearing a headset. But it's just really convenient. I can look at my phone real easy because it's just open down there.
While you're comparing images to build. And,
and being in Horizon,
that's what I do too.
And this is what was unexpected. I kind of prefer it because so out of my periphery vision, I can see my real arm and shoulder and body. And then as I track it up and my eyes follow up to the virtual world, it's like a seamless transition. So I got a real sense of my body.
Cool.
And I don't feel disconnected from it. And I'm kind of liking it.
The finding yourself again.
Yeah.
I see reality merging with VR.
That's so cool.
But the resolution, seems like it's has more fidelity, seems like it's higher. It technically is not, but the lenses are so good and it's got a
Oh
little
yeah.
processing boost, so they might even
these
be
feel
rendering
weird.
things at a higher res. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true, but it does feel much, the clarity is much more like it seems sharper, higher resolution,
Is
and the
it similar to
colors
being
pop.
on the computer while you're
I would say
using the
it's similar,
headset?
yeah,
Or
because I've been on I've used the Quest 2 on PC, and it's
yeah, so
significantly
do I
sharper on the
sometimes.
PC.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and the colors are
Nice.
a little bit
Yeah, and I have
brighter.
yet to use the PC on this for Horizon, but I have done it for other software, and it's great. I enjoy it. The facial
Oh, that's
tracking
cool.
is cool. It's still work in progress. I have a beard, so it doesn't quite get it perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like
It's like, it's your mouth.
yeah, as they get more and more data, they'll tweak their algorithms, and like it'll just, like everything on the platforms, just gets better and better. They keep iterating their software. Like looking at the
Yeah,
Quest 2, where it started and where it is now software wise, it's like night and day. Like it can do
really.
things it couldn't do before. And so I expect the same to
Wow.
happen with the Pro. They're just going to keep iterating, and by the end of the year, it'll be like have all these new features and capabilities. There's a touch sensor, like a touch pad, where your thumb
Oh,
rests
so cool.
on this
Mhm.
controller, but it's not being used. Like it's a full fledged, like old school, like touchpad, like on laptops. From what I've seen, it's very sensitive and very accurate, but it's just not being used right now. Uh,
Oh.
so it's just waiting to be activated.
Strange.
There's lots of things like that that I think, that they're working on the back end, the software end, that'll come out eventually with updates. Um, the only thing I don't like about it, but I understand it, like why it's like this, and why I don't really recommend it for most people, is the price tag. Like, I think,
Yeah, we've talked
the
about
way
that.
I use it,
Yeah.
and also I didn't pay for it, like my company bought it for me, which that's always very convenient.
Yeah. Ooh.
But like,
That's
I
true.
would tell people to wait for the Quest 3 if their primary use for VR is gaming. Um,
Yeah.
but if they're more for professional, they do
Yeah.
development. Like this has some really cool AR features. I will say playing Demio in AR is really cool. Um, and like where you'll have a board game sitting on your actual table, and it's
Oh, wow.
3D tracked, and you can see your living room and everything. It's pretty cool. Um, I really like the AR aspect of it. But for most people, like if your thing is population 1, don't worry about getting this.
Yeah.
Stick with the Quest 2
Yeah.
until the Quest 3 comes out. The
Have,
reason I got this was because, like, with Quest 2, I was like going through controllers. Like, I went through like 6
oh,
What?
controllers
really? Oh my gosh.
within
Well,
like
you're
a
probably on
year.
it all the time. Wow. That's
Yeah, I'm on
crazy.
it a
That's a
lot.
lot.
Did you break
But
like the
like it would start
joystick? I've seen
drifting.
people do that.
It's like crunching
Yeah.
it down.
Oh my
But like
god.
6 controllers is too many, I think. In one
That's a
case,
lot.
like I had to buy a whole new Quest 2 because they were
Oh
out of
my gosh.
controllers. So the only way to get controllers was to buy
Oh.
a Quest.
Damn.
And so I had an extra Quest for a while. I gave it to a friend of mine.
Oh.
But like,
That was nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, some other people too. Like, like I remember when I first came and started getting jobs in here. One of the first jobs I got, I was working for a studio, Double I, and I was complaining about like the drift because I just started experiencing drift. And one of the producers on it was like, "Oh no, that's no good. We'll get you a new controller." And it like
Hmm.
blew me away. Like they just bought me a controller and sent it to me. And I was like, "What? This is
Wow.
crazy. Like no one's ever done anything like that for me before." Because they're like
Nice.
not cheap. They're like 80
Yeah, they're
bucks a
not
pop.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$80
Yeah.
each, I think.
But he was like,
Yeah.
Will this help
If you can
you
find
to
one.
build the
Yeah.
world?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, will." I was like, "Well, then we'll see if it's in the budget." And I guess they checked to see if it was in their budget, and it was. So
And
they
it was.
just sent me a new controller. It blew me
Wow.
away. So like, I'm not even counting those controllers.
Oh my
But
god,
like,
there's
yeah,
more.
Yeah. Oh,
Seven
there's definitely
really?
controllers.
like an issue with the drift,
Wow. Yeah, a lot of
and
people I
that was
know
one of the
have
reasons
that
why I bought
issue.
this, was because like I don't want I want these controllers just to work, high quality,
Yeah.
controllers
Yeah.
that last. So
Tell us, you studied at the Memphis Institute of Art. Did you do like a PhD in like scripting or something? What did you study?
oh no, scripting wise, like I had never programmed anything before I came to
Really?
Horizon.
Wow, no way.
It was
Advance
something
into
I always
that.
wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was always really difficult, like the learning curve for like programming,
It is.
was really
It really
high.
is.
And I never
Did
had the
we-
motivation, right? Like, there was scripting languages kind of similar to what we have here, like Scratch and stuff like that. But like, I never had the motivation to build anything with them until I came here and like, oh, I want to build this or I want to do that. I want to build a gun and stuff like that. And in my TARDIS world, has the first gun I ever built, and it took me hours and hours to figure out and how to
Same.
wire it
Yeah.
together. And
Yep.
I was watching a video,
I did
like
too.
how to make a
Yeah.
simple gun, and this was like like 2 years ago, and I was so happy and amazed. It was like a moment in my life, like where I had created when I pulled the trigger and like it fired. It was like life changing. Like I made something.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I programmed
Yeah,
something.
I did this. Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
baby.
then
Yeah.
ever since then, it's just been nonstop. Like what else
Wow.
can I create? Yeah, it all started with that. But like now, I'm a
so
scripter. I'm a
cool.
builder.
Yeah.
And looking at what I can do now in here, like especially if you open up a script panel or pull out one of those menus and see all the wires, like if I had shown myself that like, a year and a half ago, I wouldn't have believed that I would be capable of doing it. It looked too complex. Some of my builds in the past I'd want to go back and kind of update.
Yeah.
But some of them like, no, this must stay this way. Like,
Exactly.
legacy world.
It's a tribute,
My
yes, to how much you've
my
learned.
very first world I haven't touched at
Yes.
all. So it's just as it was, and I built it like the first week or 2 weeks that I was in Horizon.
Wow.
It's called
What's the name
Twilight
of that?
Chess. Don't go see it.
Oh,
It's
I want to
not
go
good.
see it now. Now we're gonna go.
What's it
Everyone
called?
go see
What's
it.
called? How long have you been in Horizon Worlds? Like, were you in beta?
Let's see. I got
Obviously.
invited like probably November of 2020 in November, but I didn't
Okay.
accept the invite. I had
Oh.
forgot that I had applied, or I was busy with like life or losing my job
Yeah.
for COVID or
Aw.
something. I was busy.
Oh.
And so I didn't come until like February of 2021. And I was kind of a build hermit. I didn't talk to anybody. Like it was really the build
Yeah.
tools that is what kept me in here. And it was at a time in my life that was like, it was in flux and like I was depressed and like sick and not
Yeah.
feeling well. And this really took my mind off of things.
That's
And it helped me a lot,
amazing.
like both
That's
physically
amazing.
and mentally. Like just
Yeah.
building, being able to like build something cool like that.
Yeah.
Stuff
Have
that I
like a
dreamt of
creative
being able to
outlet.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really
so-
great for mental health, I think. I mean,
I
it
think
helps
so,
you be
too.
social.
De-stressing.
It helps you like express yourself. I mean, it helps you focus on that rather than, all the bad things that
I
can,
think that
yeah.
creating things is like inherent to humans. Like I think
Yeah.
everyone needs to be able to like express themselves in some way and create something, I think it's deep seated in humanity. Everybody,
It's
is
in
an
our DNA,
artist in some
basically.
way.
It's human nature. Yeah.
Yeah, human nature.
Yeah, tell us about Train Destiny. What made you build that? I saw a video of you
nothing
talking about
made
it
me
earlier.
build it. I built it on my own.
Well, what inspired the build?
Okay. Well, so like there's another video out there that Pigeon made. It was produced by like Video Nights. And I kind of
I
explained
think I
the
watched
story.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I first came in Horizon, I was a little underwhelmed. So back then there weren't as many people as there are now. And so there's a lot of ghost worlds, right? And so I
Mhm.
go in there, and again, like I didn't really socialize. So I didn't have like a friend pack. I hadn't really met anyone. But I tried to explore a little bit. And I would go to these empty worlds, which is fine. But like being that there was no people to add life, I felt that there should be something else adding life. Like wind or animal life or bugs or something, but everything was very sterile. It felt very,
Mhm.
very dead and
Like dead.
not alive.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, with my first world, I had a bird flying. It's horribly animated, by the way. Don't go there. And I had like little lightning bugs.
Come on.
Like I had little lightning bugs going.
All hand
And
animated.
all hand animated because I didn't
Oh
know how
my
to
god,
script
that's
them.
so hard to do though.
It is.
Yeah,
and
and then like, you know, little like spirits flying through the forest and stuff like that. Something to breathe life into it.
yeah.
And I at some
Mhm.
point I equated like movement with life. Like
That's true though.
Yeah.
and so yeah, so like if it was moving, then it has that sense of change and motion and alive. And so like I was like, oh, you know, I can make a train, right? And you're on the train, everything's moving. And so like I did an experiment where I set up a platform because I tried moving it first, right? You know, moving the platform and it would stutter and the avatar would stutter and you'd pick
Mhm.
something up and then it would fly off that way. It just wasn't working. So I experimented with moving the outside world because I was familiar with like animating
Oh,
cells and stuff
yeah.
like that, where they'd have the character walking and he's walking in place
Right.
and the background's moving. So that's what I set out to do. And so I put a tree, I made a tree, and then I had it move by the platform. I stood on the platform and waited for the tree to move by me to see if it felt like the tree was moving by me or if I was moving by it. And I, you know, with one tree, I had to really think about it, like convince my brain that I was moved by it.
Okay.
So I added a bunch of trees, and then it was easy for my brain to believe that I was moving, right?
Wow, that is
Because
so
trees
cool.
don't fly by you
It's
like
just
you fly
optical
by trees.
illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's what we've grown accustomed to. It's what we trained our brain. Like trees
Right.
don't move. Like you
Mhm.
move by trees. So that's why it worked. That's why the illusion worked. And then I added layers for parallax so that the trees that were close to you would move faster, and as they got further and further
Oh
away,
yeah.
they'd move
That's
slower.
cool.
And so that really
Wow.
created that kind of illusion, like solidified it for me. And then I built walls, and then I built a bar, and then a robot, and drinks, and like
You
cigars.
got a
And
whole train.
You definitely have a unique
thank you.
style, like very like masculine.
Is it really?
It really is. No, it's like very like medieval sort of like vibe to it. Especially like
I don't know,
your
Like the Wood Fire Club, yeah.
yeah,
It's like
yeah, definitely.
Oh, the
Mm.
Woodfire Club Hub. I have two
Yeah.
worlds called Woodfire, and so like sometimes people get confused. There was one I made, like it was, I think it was the third world I ever made. I made three worlds right in a row, and the Woodfire Club or the Woodfire Inn was the third world, and the Woodfire Club Hub, which we were at earlier today, that it was supposed to be kind of like a remaking of that, and then I just ended up turning it into a hub world.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
cool.
supposed to be like kind of like how I was talking about earlier, where I'd go back and redo my worlds. Well, I
Yeah.
haven't touched the Woodfire Inn. Like it's just as it was when I first built it. It's just as
Oh,
crappy as it
Oh,
we need to
was
check that
wow.
out.
when I first built it.
Oh, I doubt it's
Don't
happy.
go there.
Come
Don't go
on.
there.
We're gonna go check it
Which
out.
worlds can we go to?
No, so no, you can go to the Woodfire Club Hub. It's my hub
Okay.
world. Yeah.
That's the one where we're doing the fight, the sword fights. Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah.
one's
Okay.
really cool.
It's
Yeah.
got the lightsaber in
Yeah.
it and the DeLorean
Yeah.
and all that
I think
stuff.
that's
He
probably
usually
my
sits
favorite
down there
of
at
your
that big
worlds,
chair
yeah.
with the shadow behind him.
It
Yeah,
has
how
so
do you make
much
that
fun
shadow, by
stuff.
the way? Is that hand animated too, or is that scripted? Shadows.
It is. There's no reason to like not hand animate. It's just a shadow kind of flickering.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, it's
very
just a
steady
flattened
hand
shape.
then.
Yeah. And someone at some point told me that like you shouldn't just make a hub world like, you know, like have a room with your doors in it. You
Mhm.
should have like something for people to look at or do
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you know, hang
Interactive.
out. Like it should be an experience in
Exactly.
of
Every place
itself.
should be an
Absolutely.
experience.
Yeah.
So like yeah, it's got all my it doesn't have all my doors, but it has a lot of them. It also has a door that's unlisted. So it's the only way you can get to that
Oh, that's cool.
Forest Moon
That's a good idea.
world is through
I've been there.
the hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I kept falling off
It's
the
it's a
trees.
beta
That's
world
fun.
too. So there's nothing really much to
Oh,
do in
no.
there. But like
Hmm.
it was one of those worlds that I built like, you know, over a year ago that I never released because I never finished it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
just been in, you know, beta unlisted limbo this whole time. But you can still go there. if you
Yeah.
want.
got
Are you gonna
pretty
finish
trees.
it? Are you
Hmm?
ever
And
going
there's
to
like
finish
things
it?
floating, like looks like little spirits or
I
something.
mean, I have
like,
probably
yeah.
like, a dozen worlds just sitting there on the back burner,
Yeah.
in various states of
I'm glad I'm
completion,
not glad you're not the only one. I mean, I'm not the only one because I
Oh,
have
I
that
think everyone
too.
Oh
is.
yeah,
Yeah. I know.
I've been busy this past year, like, so I haven't had a lot of time to like work on my personal worlds.
Yeah.
I get in there every now and then when I have some downtime or like a lull in the business and work on stuff. But yeah,
What's your favorite
Nice.
world that you've built?
Mm.
um, Ghost Blasters.
That's a fun one. I love that world.
Well, it
That's a good one.
doesn't
Have you been
exist
there?
anymore.
Oh,
Ghostbusters.
why not? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like my Woodfire Club. Like I feel at home there.
Yeah.
And the train, of course,
Yes.
that's my baby. And there's another one that I've rebranded that used to be a particular brand, but I've rebranded it, so it's not that anymore. Called Skull Castle.
Oh,
yeah,
I've been there.
And
I
I
couldn't
I'm
went there
fit.
last
trying
week.
to work
Mm.
some of the
Mhm.
mechanics
Yeah.
that existed in Ghost Blasters into Skull Castle.
Oh, that would
So
be cool.
it's in a state of flux right now. But you can still go there and look at things and get to the castle and go inside and stuff.
Oh, that's
But I
really
do want to
cool.
make a game with that one when I find the time as well.
That's a huge world. Like, how
Oh,
would
it's
you
a
make
big
the world
It
world.
so
is
Yeah.
big?
big.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just make it big. Just go like that. Wand and Broom is one of my favorite worlds too. If you've been
Oh, I
there,
love
I
that
like
too.
that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah, I
good
remember
one.
that.
What's your favorite corporate or paid world that you've helped create with Nspire?
I don't have a couple. Like I really am fond of the garden world. The Grow Together Garden.
Oh
We
yeah,
That's
did
a
that
with
nice
one was
one.
Meta.
really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me and Solaris worked on like all the like exterior, and we came up with some new kind of techniques, which are now
Mhm.
outdated. I really wish I could go in
Yeah.
there and like
No.
do some new stuff.
Changed it.
Like maybe
Mhm.
even throw in some meshes. Um,
Yeah.
but like Pigeon worked on that world, and who else worked on that world? Oh man, if I forget someone, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Oh no. Everyone who helped.
Yeah, everyone who helped on that
Yeah.
world is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I because I really like going in there and hanging out and listening to
Just the
the,
whole
the nice
atmosphere and
the
environment of it.
atmosphere is
Mhm.
really like
Yeah.
peaceful and
It's like super
meditative. And you could go
calming. Yep.
find kind of like an arch or branch and just
Yeah.
kind of chill up there. And
And very unique
um,
ways of doing it.
yeah,
So
yeah. And that was the first world we had done the artificial skybox. And at the time, no one had
Oh.
done anything like that before. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, this is pre-mesh. The client wanted a certain feel to certain things, and so we did an inverted object, right? And then made that like the skybox, and then we had dynamic lighting at that time, so we had it hitting that inverted object, and we had this sunset, and it just looked so beautiful. And it was like the first world that had ever had anything like that done. And
Yeah.
then they released 2.0, right? And so none of our inverted objects worked anymore.
Oh.
We had little like
no.
meditation pods, and they were all inverted. We used so much inverted
Oh.
objects in there. Thankfully, we came up with a way to retain inverted objects like through 2.0, and we were able to do it. Um,
Oh,
but like
wow. Did that?
pretty much everything in all those worlds, like because at that time people were saying that we were getting certain kind of special treatment, like oh they get inverted objects but we don't, blah blah blah. It's like none of
Oh.
that's true.
Oh.
Like anything that we do, you can do. Like we
Yeah.
figured out a way to do it.
You're
It wasn't
just
like Meta
going
just
around.
gave us
Right.
something.
Exactly.
We figured out how to do that. Now, like in like the Cheetos world, they do allow for one image being the logo, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
And so we
Okay.
don't get anything more than that. We don't get extra capacity. I remember when the Wendy's World came out, there was a lot of comments saying that we must have gotten extra capacity for some of those worlds, and
And
it's
it's just
really a
done.
compliment because we
Yeah. No,
totally
it is.
didn't. Like, yeah,
Yeah. It's all in the way that
Bless
you
you.
put the
yeah,
objects you use, and the placement, and it's like a balancing act. So
Oh, it is a balancing act,
Yeah.
between capacity and fidelity and interactivity, and
absolutely.
and at the time, like the sentiment for Horizon was like, if you see it in Horizon, you can build it in Horizon, and I really
Yeah.
liked that idea. It's not necessarily going to be true going forward, but uh, at the time, I was like, I love this idea, and I love the idea that I could build something that looked like it was like I was getting special treatment,
Yeah.
because like you could build Wendy's just like we did, like
Yeah, you use the same
yeah.
tools that everyone else has.
And with Wendy's Worlds, that was before that we had anything going,
Mesh.
like, establish
Asset.
ourselves as a builder and make connections and had like those types of things going to get like logos and stuff. But so like the Wendy's logo itself, like I built out of just objects. It took up like a ridiculous
Awesome.
amount blown on that logo.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so those 4 worlds, anybody could have built 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also
that's-
the fact there was a community build too. I really like that, Meta was elevating the community, instead of just,
yeah.
saying, having someone like else come in, right?
Right.
They took someone from the community and
community.
and
Yeah.
elevated
That's
them.
really awesome.
And that's something we try and do too. Like, we get people working on some of our worlds, and they get seen, they build up their reputation.
Yeah.
And like Dan Tanzer just got a job working at Born
Yes.
Studios, and
Dan.
Dan.
he's
We love
done a lot of work
Dan.
for us. Yeah, Dan Tanzer.
Awesome. Dan's Hanser is amazing.
So you mentioned a few years back you worked at the gym, and I checked out your Facebook pictures. We need to know about the abs, okay? Come on, tell us the story behind that.
Trixie.
Look at him.
Wait, there's what abs? What are you talking about?
Your Facebook pictures when you worked at the gym, like from like 2019 and below that.
I don't
Yeah.
remember any pictures of abs showing.
No,
I
man, there's
found
one. There's one picture.
Is there?
She
No,
went way
really?
far back.
I was looking. Okay.
I'm really shy. I doubt that I would like have like
2012.
No,
an
man.
ab
Okay, but you do work at the gym.
yeah, no, I do have pictures on my profile picture of like me from like 3 years ago, and like I was probably in the best shape of my life, like right as COVID began.
Damn COVID, you.
Oh,
Boo.
dang it.
Yeah,
COVID.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, boo, boo,
Hate you.
COVID.
Yeah, we
Can't
don't like
imagine.
COVID.
You
But
suck.
yeah, like so,
COVID.
like there's some like Wolverine, Hugh Jackman esque pictures of me.
Is that
They're
what you're
all-
talking about, Trixie?
They're no
Go
abs.
check this
No
out.
abs, so-
Okay, chicks. Go check his Facebook profile pictures. He's like, look at him. He's giving me the evil eye. Look at him. Oh my God, he is. That's like very different to what
How
you
How
do
long
That's
did
right
you
the
now.
work
The gym.
there?
I know, but like, yeah.
How long did you work there?
What did you do
I
there?
worked there,
Like a
geez,
degree?
a while, I guess.
Were you like a
At
trainer
least
or
15
something?
years.
Wow.
No, I
15
just,
years?
I
Wow.
mean, I think I worked there for like probably 10 years before I ever started working out, which is kind of ridiculous when I think about it.
Yeah, 10
Um,
years. Okay.
You're all
yeah,
just
yeah.
watching everybody else. That looks like
Yeah, I'm
not
just watching
fun.
other people work out,
Oh my
you
God.
know, working behind the desk. I don't know. I don't know what motivated. I had that aneurysm, and I didn't work out before that.
Yeah.
And so after I had the aneurysm, like I was really like I was like couch ridden for a while, and I kind of gained some weight, but I was like I wasn't fat. I was skinny fat, right?
Skinny
Um,
fat. Okay.
I was skinny fat, and like, but I was I was very depressed, and like maybe I was gonna die or something, and
Oh no.
I was just out of shape. And then like I had a few surgeries, and I started to feel better, and it looked like everything was gonna be okay. But I was still out of shape, and I wasn't eating like amazing or anything like that. And my girlfriend at the time said that she wasn't like physically attracted to me anymore.
Oh
It really
Oh
hurt
my gosh.
hurt me,
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, wow,
That's
that's not good.
cool.
And so like I was like, well, I gotta start
Yeah.
working out, or
No.
I changed my diet, and like
Yeah.
I got back to where I was, but I was still skinny, right? And I would always joke about working out, but I never really did. But anyway, like eventually, like we broke up, as most relationships.
Good.
Then I started working out, and one of the reasons too, I was really scared because I just had an aneurysm, like a year or so prior, and I was afraid of like blood pressure, like something like
Yeah.
breaking in my head.
Yeah.
But I was at that point where like, screw it, I might die.
Might
Okay.
die.
You
But,
might.
yeah,
I'll have abs.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
have
Sick of
abs.
worrying about it.
Yeah, it'll be an open casket, shirtless
hot.
open
Right.
casket.
Yeah.
and I'll have
Oh,
abs.
look at. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You need to repeat
Like
that.
that, I'm gonna die in a big
Yeah.
way. People will
Oh.
Yeah,
remember me.
that's what started me working out, and like I eat pretty perfectly, and I was intermittent fasting, and like
I'm doing that, actually.
Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah.
for
I was
intermittent
like,
fasting.
there's a couple of months when like I was giving Hugh Jackman a run for his money, but like
Which face am I looking
Yay.
yay. But like, it does, it is like one of those things that's hard won, hard lost. So I still have some muscle. It's just not as like
Muscular.
lean looking,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I've been wanting to
there's
get back
some-
into it. It's just,
Yeah.
it's just my
Healthy.
health has not been
Yeah.
the best in the world. So it's hard for me to like
Oh,
get that ball
that's
rolling.
hard.
And
So what's happening with that? Like, I think you mentioned it, but you don't actually tell people about it. But like, you mentioned something on Facebook about it, but we don't really know. So
Oh,
is something.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's some like neurological issues, like I've been having, and I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac, always have been.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
And so like with my aneurysm, and I have a higher chance of a stroke, and
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
and COVID and all that stuff, and like I've been having
Yeah.
neurological issues, like with my nervous system and stuff, and they've
Oh my
gotten a lot
gosh.
better in the past year or so, and I attribute Horizon like for
Yeah,
helping me get through
mental
some of that
health.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Being able
Yeah.
to focus and
But it's still there. I still get like tingling in like the extremities and stuff like that, and
oh
it's just
gosh.
frightening.
Yeah.
It feels weird, and I don't like it.
We didn't know like you had like this life behind. We thought actually before I even met you, like we didn't really know you that well. So I thought he must have a PhD in computer science or something because he's so amazing at building and scripting. So it's cool to know that
Oh.
any person could come into Horizon Worlds and become like him, basically. Not as good as you,
Well,
obviously, but like
that's what I really liked about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that, like it really democratized, creation in VR spaces. I think and like I said before, they're not really going this way anymore. But like the fact that everyone got the same tool set, right? There was no like,
Yeah.
well, this guy has a nice PC or a PhD
Exactly.
or he has like a degree in
Yeah.
3D modeling. It's like, no, everyone has to use primitives. Everyone has the same capacity. Everyone like is having to use the same scripting with the same capability. And like it really made me feel like I could do it. And that's the only reason I even tried. Because a lot of
Yeah.
these things, you look at it, and it's like that mountain's huge. I could never climb to the top of that. And so you don't even try.
Yeah.
But then Horizon kind of fooled me into thinking that it wasn't a mountain. Like, so I was like, oh, this is nice. I enjoyed doing it. And then
Yeah,
I
no,
look back to
that's
see
great.
where I came
You
from.
started
And
from.
I'm like way up here, right? Like, look at all the little people down there. But then,
we're down there. It's
Yeah.
us.
No, that's a great analogy though. It really
well, then I
is.
look up and there's more to go. There's
More to
people up
climb,
there. Like, oh, there's
right.
pigeon. There's elastic plastic up there. I'm
Oh.
gonna try and walk up to hang out with them because they're cool people. But like,
Yeah.
there's always a way to go up. And like it's never as hard as you think it is. You just gotta try, right?
Yeah.
And I think like there's lots of moments of frustration. There's lots of sticking points. And you just have to keep moving forward, right? And eventually
Yeah.
you'll get unstuck, and then you'll be like, well, I'm not going to go back there. That place is too sticky. And then you'll find your path, right? You'll find what
Oh,
you're good at,
great.
what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And I think Horizon offers like a lot of different apps for different, skill sets and talents.
It's
and
true.
stuff.
There's so much you can do with it. Besides
Yeah, you don't have
just
to be a scripter or builder.
creating.
You
Yeah,
could be
absolutely not.
I'm
a
still
singer,
trying
you
to
could be a
find
TV
my
show
my
host.
skills here. I don't know.
No, like you could be a podcast host. You could be like a community
Exactly.
builder. You could be anything.
She
right?
is great at networking and bringing people together. I mean, and
That's
that's
a
a strong
lot.
skill to
powerful
have.
skill
It
set.
really is.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that, so I try to tell her that too. Like, you do
I wish I could
amazing
script though.
here.
I thought I was clever. I mean, I'm a scientist, but I can't script. Oh my god.
It's hard at first. It really is trying to figure out
seriously.
what means
It's
what
like,
and what goes where and why
yeah,
it goes
it's
there.
really
and-
about like building a knowledge base of like what you said, what means what, you know.
Yeah.
And with building, when I first came in, I could kind of systematically go through the tools, see what they did, get a feel
Yes.
for it
It's
without
there.
looking at
You can see
tutorials.
it. Yeah.
Scripting was not like that. Like I looked
No.
at it and I'm like, I don't know what any of this
My
stuff
God.
means or
I did the
does.
same thing. I'm like, I have no
And
idea.
you
what
really
this
need a
is.
guide.
Yeah.
You really need someone to say,
Yes.
you do this. You know, you pull it from here.
Yes.
This means this. You find these and these tabs here. And then there's so much you can do. And they keep adding to it.
I know. It's amazing.
That like, you know, like for people who just know everything. Like I don't even know if I know anyone that just knows everything. Like most people
Yeah.
know stuff when they
They
become
know
interested in
pieces
something new
here,
and they're like,
pieces
let me
there.
learn how this works.
That's why it's
Like,
so
you
great
know,
to have a collaboration of people, because you
Mhm.
get people here who
Mhm.
are really strong with, building, and people who are really strong with scripting, and maybe somebody who's really great with animation. That's such a great part
you know
of
who's good with
Horizon.
animation? Rooster Riot does amazing jobs
Tanzer
with
told me
animation.
that too. Tanzer
Yeah.
did tell me that.
He's the one with the cute pumpkin, like the big plague mask.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah, he
actually
did
never
a
met
good
him.
job.
He had a
That
cool
was a cute
pumpkin
pumpkin.
at the
Yeah.
He
pumpkin
had made
patch.
some wonderful animations in the Cheetos world, which unfortunately got cut.
Oh,
But like,
darn it.
I fought that getting cut so much because I just
Oh,
like people need to see this. This is so beautiful.
yeah.
But like, you know,
Maybe it can
that's
be
one of those
incorporated in a
things.
different way somewhere
Mm.
else later on.
Maybe,
So,
maybe. Like I
yeah.
asked that, I was like, this is awesome. Some way,
Yeah.
somehow, like, you know, this is going to be seen by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so
Really
many
cool.
great artists out there, and there's so many
Yes.
great like artists that have yet to discover Horizon, right? So like, you know, I was
It's
thinking about
true.
this the other day, like, you know, we haven't even seen the best artist or the best scripter yet. Like they haven't
Yeah.
even shown up yet. Like that's
Yeah.
on the horizon, if you'll pardon the pun. But like,
Maybe we'll
you
see our
know, like I
podcast
want to
Yeah.
be, yeah, I want to be as good as I can be when they show up, right? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and yeah, like it's like I'm learning from all my friends who are amazing artists and scripters, and that's the only way that I can become that is by learning from the best.
Yeah. That's true. That's how Trixie got her first world figured out.
Yeah, I just
mean,
started
she
it. I wasn't
knew
gonna be a
it.
builder
She's
at all. I
really
came in
good.
here, I'm like, because you're like so intimidated. You see all these big worlds and like everything's so like cool looking, and like I could never do that, obviously. So I'm like, then I
No,
started
you can
hanging with
literally
Purple
do
and
it.
Matlow, huh? And then I'm like, one day I'm like, let me try building something, and I built those little ugly teddy bears. They're so scary.
Oh no, are these here?
They're
Can I grab
cute,
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh God, no.
Sure.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh I love
my
it.
God.
No, this is great.
No.
Oh, this is perfect.
Okay, I'll make you one then. I'll make you
There.
a
Oh, there you
John
go.
This is a
McLay.
teddy
Aw.
bear
No,
right
he's showing
here.
my teddy bear to everyone.
This is
It's
great.
so cute though, isn't it? She did a great job.
Yeah.
She made me one too. And she
No,
made
she did a
all of her
wonderful
friends
job.
one. It's super cute.
This is mine
like-
now, right?
Oh.
You want one with your name on it,
Aw.
maybe. It's gonna say
I
Trixie
know. What's
on
your
it, you know?
favorite color?
Oh.
I'll make you one though. You like blue
I
or
like
black?
blue. I like blue.
Okay.
Like
Which
my
shade of
eyes.
blue? Like the chair or like a
Oh.
dark navy? Or they
Like
inspire
my
blue?
eyes.
Just yeah.
Oh.
Just go
Ocean
Facebook
blue,
them
okay.
again.
Kind
Okay, I'll
of a
make you one.
bright,
She
like,
remembers.
a
She's
bright,
good.
yeah, like the world creator, like
Oh,
tag
that
up
color
there,
blue.
that blue.
I wonder what
This is
hex
nice.
number that is.
I'm like, where
Just
are you
ask
looking
Google. That's what I do.
Hex. Okay. You're not gonna hold that teddy bear the entire time now. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
love
so
it.
cute.
Oh
Gotta get my own.
Fine, you can keep it.
It's good stuff.
Oh, it's got
Yeah,
your
I don't
name
know.
on
I
it.
just like
It does.
I just like pulled shapes out and started building. So that's how I started building. And then one day I'm like, let
That's
me
how
build
you
my
do it.
first
That's
home.
exactly
Yeah.
how you
Exactly.
do it. You pull shapes and you put
Exactly.
them together.
But it's
Yep.
kind of
You
fun
build
though. I actually get, I mean, like, it was so funny though because I started building and no one could invite me to anything because I was in build mode all the time. And
Now
everyone's
you
like,
know.
"Where's Trixie?
Now
we
you
don't see her
Oh
anymore."
yeah. That
Get in the
happens to me a lot
zone.
because like people see me online, but
Mhm.
they can't join on me because like
Yeah.
99% of the time
Yeah.
I'm in a build world. And
Yeah, it's
yeah,
funny.
it's I haven't been able to hang out with a lot of people I know just because I'm busy, you know. But I've been trying to make time to come hang out.
Yeah,
a
I've
little
seen
more
you
often.
around this week. That's kind of cool. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
John's out in the
Late at
world again.
night, you're like, sleep
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Horizon.
I really shouldn't be
Sleep
staying
for
out too
Horizon.
late, but like I have been doing it.
Oh
So
yeah, so
like
tell us about your
that's
day, a
yeah.
normal day in the life of the John McLay. So what
Yeah.
happens? How does
Okay.
it
Yeah,
go?
sure. Well, like, okay, do you want the normal day, like the way it actually is, or my ideal normal day?
We want the real John McLay.
Okay, okay. I'll give you the real John McClay
Uncensored.
and then the
Okay.
way I would like things to go.
Okay,
cool.
So the way I would like things to go is I wake up at 7 a.m., I do yoga, and then
Oh,
I go
wow.
have my coffee, right?
Ooh.
The way things actually go, I wake up at 8:30. I quickly like make instant coffee because I have a meeting at 9.
That's so funny.
I don't like take a shower. I don't brush my hair. So everyone in
Oh,
the
no.
morning meeting sees me the way I look when I
Oh,
wake up.
that's how you crawled
Right.
out of bed.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bedhead.
And so like I have a morning meeting, and then depending on what day it is, I might have like a meeting with like a project manager meeting, and then there's meetings scheduled depending on whether or not we have like a meeting with a client or potential client, and any kind of communication like that. And then for a while, like during our peaks, like that's most of my morning. And then I'll have lunch if I remember to eat lunch. And then I'll build for like, till like,
Sushi.
5 or so. Yeah, yeah. Sushi's good.
Yeah.
And then I'm in a program where I'm a mentor. So like, that starts for me around 6 o'clock my time. And takes me up to about 9ish. So
Mhm.
that's, and then like, after about 9, I'm usually free to come in and hang out with my friends or build on personal projects. So now
Yeah.
you see how I don't have much time to like build on my
Yeah,
own
not
stuff.
at all.
Yeah. Like,
Unless I stay up too late, but then I have to get up again in the morning. But like for a while there, it was really taking its toll on me. I
Yeah.
was like really drained. I was only getting like 5 hours of sleep at night, and I got really
Yeah.
sick. And I was
Oh.
sick for like I usually like get sick for like 2 days. I just sleep for a couple of days and then I'm good. And I just wasn't getting better.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
couldn't stop coughing, and I started coughing up blood,
oh my
and
Oh
god.
my
I was
gosh.
Sounds like
I
TB.
was
That's
afraid.
scary.
Yeah, I was afraid. It was just because I was coughing so much. I was tearing up my
Yeah.
esophagus,
Yep.
and
Aw.
I was afraid I was gonna have to go to the hospital. But I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
I'm just yeah, I'm
I'm
probably this
sucking.
sick because I've like sleep deprived. I'm stressed out, and so
Yep.
I took some time to heal.
That's good.
And yeah,
Everybody
and
should do
now in
that.
like a better mindset about like,
Yeah.
you know, I need to go to bed at a certain time, right? I
Yeah.
can't like stay out working on stuff. I need to take care of myself, like, physically and mentally.
Very
Yeah.
important, yeah.
Yeah. It is. Health, like self-care is so important. I've known so
Mhm.
many people who have had the same issue where they've just been on it so much that it kind of made them like a little ill, and so they just had to
Yeah.
take time away. So, do you have a weekend, or do you work just like 7 days a week doing
Oh my
the
god.
same schedule?
It's like,
Are you,
it's sporadic. So like, I have a normal like, you know, work week, for what it depends on like when we're busy and when we're not, but typically
yeah,
I'll just say it averages to like, 9 to 6 ish.
yeah,
Um, and then like on Saturday, like if I'm falling behind or something, or someone needs something done, then I can pop in the morning. But usually Saturday nights I go hang out with my in real life friends,
yeah,
and we play tabletop games, hang out,
yeah.
and that's something I do every Saturday night. So I have a Saturday
That's
night
awesome.
like
Yeah,
schedule, and then Sunday, like again, that's kind of like a catch up day for me. Um, but it really shouldn't be like, it should be like a day where I don't do anything, like, or if I do
yeah.
something,
Just
it's
let
not
yourself
scheduled.
Sleep.
rest. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
yeah,
think it's
Sleep.
important to have a day that you don't like have any obligation. It doesn't mean you
yeah.
can't do stuff. It just means you're not obligated, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
because I really want to have a day where I can go to sleep not having to worry about anything to do the next day, right?
Yes.
I think it's really important, and I just haven't been doing it, right? I've been using
Yeah.
that day as kind of like a catch-all for like, hey, can you do this thing for me, or
Yeah.
you want to
all
hang
these
out?
things.
And it's like, well, Sunday's free, and because it's my only day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's my default. That's my free time day that I tell
Oh.
people I can meet them or do whatever. And I
Yeah.
really shouldn't do that. I should keep that day for myself and not
Yeah.
obligate myself.
Yeah.
Pearl too. It's
So tell
okay.
me about me. Like you did all this research.
I know your birthday's on June the 3rd. That
Well,
makes
now
you a
everyone does,
Gemini.
I guess. Yeah, I'm a
We found it
Gemini.
on Facebook. So how do you feel about your horoscope? Do you like being Gemini?
I don't read my horoscope, but I love being Gemini.
He's all, I'm a Gemini.
I always
know
loved
that.
Gemini from American Gladiators, so I'm fine to be
You're
associated
good.
with that.
Gemini have this bad reputation most of the time. People say they're Gemini. It's like, oh no.
Like
I'm sure you're a
two-faced or
good
something
Gemini
like
though.
that.
Yeah, like two
No, like,
personalities because they're
no.
twins.
The good thing
Yeah.
about Gemini is like they can see both sides of every situation. They have
Oh, see, there you
empathy,
go. That's a
you know.
positive way of looking at it.
That's
Yeah.
a positive.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's cool. One of my good friends is Gemini.
What else I know? I know that you have like
really
55
cool.
connections on LinkedIn, and you're not there very often. You don't go on LinkedIn that often.
I'm not that often, no.
That's
I
about all she
basically,
got.
I'll like, oh, so and so wants to link up. It's like, okay, we're linked. You know.
You should add him on LinkedIn.
I don't
Are you
have
on
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
I told you that. No.
Oh my god, how can you not be on LinkedIn?
I don't
Couple.
know. What?
Yeah, like there wasn't much
Yeah,
information
but
about you, seriously.
like
Yeah.
Yoda and Matthias, they do the whole LinkedIn thing. I'm there, and I like people's like that I know, like, oh,
Stay
you
in
did
spirit.
the thing, like, yeah.
Is it something?
Yeah,
I
the
have to
podcast
do
will be
to
on LinkedIn as
considered
well.
a
I post on
professional?
LinkedIn.
Okay, yeah. Well, I like it then.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? So we're getting legs, you heard. You think it's gonna happen soon?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my table.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Like, there's been
bye.
some like photos out, with
People
us
have legs, some of
having
them, yeah.
legs. Yeah.
I seen Oculus posted something little.
Well, those are
hints at
like
it.
kind of like the avatar legs. I don't know if they're representative of the legs we'll actually be getting. There is
Yeah.
like another leg like photo. I think one of the devs posted at some point during Connect. I saw that online. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't mind not having legs. Legs would be cool, but they have to be done right. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of curious to see how they move
Walk
when we
with them,
locomote,
yeah.
like, and how, like, what if, like, we've set the speed like all the way up, people are just zipping around. How are their
Oh my
legs
God.
moving? I'm kind of curious. Like, what if we're sitting down on a chair?
Super
Are the
fast.
legs aware that we're on a chair? Like, is there going
Yeah.
to be a
Oh, like in
gizmo
VR
that will
chat, you
say
sit.
that's a chair?
Like cross leg.
Yeah. Will we sit down? Like, there's lots of things. I have lots of questions.
Yeah.
Very complicated.
So I don't know where they're
Yeah.
at with legs.
Yeah,
with
like in
regard
VR
to how
chat
they'll
when you sit
integrate.
down, you just sit on the floor, like cross-leg, like.
Now
Yeah,
they've
do you
done
use
some
VR
cool
chat?
stuff though.
By the way.
I have once.
Only once. Why?
Yeah. And it was not even on the
Yeah.
PC. My friend the Bake is trying to get me to like go in with him.
He's there a lot.
to
I saw him
VR
earlier.
chat. Yeah, the Bake is. The Bake's awesome. So I might take him up on that, and you can give me a tour. He says you really have to go in with somebody because you don't want
Yeah.
to go to like
If
public.
you have a group,
like,
it's way better. Yeah.
Be careful of the sausage people.
What?
Yes, I will. They sound dangerous.
It's actually people look like hot dogs walking around in VR
Wow.
chat. I don't know. I went there like alone the first time, and no, I'll never. Yeah, no. Yeah, you need friends, definitely.
Never again.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
and,
No.
and,
There's
and
just
a
a lot of little
PC to really
kids there.
experience it, the good stuff,
Yeah, that's what he said.
So like I'll go. I got a pretty decent PC, so I'll probably check it out at some point in my life.
And you tried
I can't
Among
say
Us the
when.
other day for the
Oh
first
yeah!
time.
Thanks for the invite.
I did.
How did that go? Sorry. I didn't know you were on.
I got killed. I killed.
You killed.
Like it was yeah.
He had a little
That was
like
an
giggle.
accident.
Everyone knew he killed his first kill. Because he laughed.
Oh, because he did it right in
That
front
same.
of everybody.
That
Yeah.
same
Who did you
laugh.
kill? Who was the victim?
Oh, wasn't it?
What was
Was
his
it-
name? Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember who it was either.
You paid random people. You
Blubber.
couldn't invite me. I'm hurt.
No,
Yeah.
there was no random people.
It was my sad
It
one.
was people from Horizon.
Oh, that's Boo. Sorry.
No, it was a fun time. It was
It
fun.
was
I
fun.
enjoyed it.
So what other
Yeah.
games do you play? You say you play DVO.
I used to play tons of games like before I
DVO.
found like Horizon, like Pop One and Resident Evil and like all these games. Like, and I have so many games I'm just sitting on. Like I got Boneworks on the PC and the
Mhm.
Quest and haven't touched it. I got like Forever Bowling, haven't touched it. I got
Yeah.
like a
I have
Star Wars
bowling. That's a good
pinball.
one.
I haven't
should play
touched any of it
sometime.
since I got
Really?
Horizon. I've just been too busy.
I know.
I used to
I'm the same
box.
way.
I used to
have all
box
these.
that
Yep,
Thrill of the Fight was really good. It's a good workout. Haven't done
it
that.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Supernatural.
Beat Saber.
Oh, and
Ooh,
you know, I
Beat
never owned
Saber.
Beat Saber.
Oh, it's a good one.
Wow,
I've
everyone's got
played
it.
it, but I've
Yeah.
never bought it.
I haven't played in
Yeah.
about 6 months, but I haven't.
I haven't played it since I got Horizon.
Oh
And,
God.
Yeah, I've been in
work
Horizon.
Yeah,
and then
thing.
this and
Yeah.
work
It's
and this.
Horizon. Yeah, we've been in Horizon quite a bit.
No, there's lots of good stuff out there. I think they just released Forever Pool, which like that's
Ooh,
probably going
that
to be
sounds
something I'll
fun.
get and then never play.
Yeah.
I do play
Just in
Walkabout
case.
Golf
Oh.
more often than anything else besides
You
Horizon.
played that fishing game too. I think I saw it on your
Yeah,
stats.
I've played that like when I want to just kind of relax. So yeah, and there's a canoe game on PC. I can't remember what it's called, something canoe. But like it's really nice and relaxing, and the graphics are just amazing. It's like photogrammetry or something. They're just beautiful. I
That's
remember I was doing a
I'll have to
live.
try that.
I thought I was doing a live stream. I
Oh.
don't know how to live stream, so I did it wrong.
Me
But
neither.
like
Me neither.
I'm like
No.
live streaming, or I think I'm live streaming. I'm like canoeing in like the Caribbean or something, and I'm like saying something to the effect of like "Eat your heart out, Horizon," just because the graphics were so beautiful.
Yeah.
The only
I
problem with it
know.
was I was by myself, and I was like, "Oh, this would be
Aw.
so good if like my friends were here and we're all canoeing together, hanging
Yes.
out, exploring." And there's no option for that in that game. And I was like,
Oh.
It's solo canoeing.
one day,
Yeah.
solo.
That's
well, you
why
can.
the
There's like
graphics are so good.
They have
Only one
capacity.
person in here. Yeah. One person
there has to
is
be
good.
like a server to maintain all that type of stuff,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
like
God.
it's not as easy to do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But like one day, hopefully, Horizon graphics will be of that fidelity.
I hope so.
Um, and I'll have all my friends, and we can run and explore worlds. Now that's something that Bake is always saying. Is like it's that way now, John, on PC. And it's like, well, yeah, my friends don't have high end PCs. It's up for you,
Mhm.
So like,
Exactly. Yeah.
It's still one day, even today. But like you get a taste of the future. Like go
Yes.
buy like a 3090 and and download like VR chat and like some of these high end games, and you'll see like how amazing VR can be with that level of fidelity.
Yeah.
And then imagine all your friends there, and that's what I want the
So
metaverse to be.
cool.
I want to be like fully interactive. Like I
Yep.
want to be photorealistic. I want to be an anime. I want to be anything, and then all my friends
Yeah.
are there. And right now it's not that. Like even on the PC side, it's not that because my friends aren't there. Like there's a bunch of people, but I guess I
Mhm.
could go make new friends and just abandon my current ones.
No.
Um,
Boo.
yeah,
As a
there
sad
you go.
person.
Aw.
But I'm not gonna do that. But like, yeah, no, like eventually all these things will like consolidate and like
Yeah.
things won't be rendering locally; they'll be rendering on a server somewhere, and so like everyone will be equal again. Like there won't
Yeah.
be any like high end PC; it'll all be server based, like streamed to the headsets, because that'll be the most economical thing for people to do. Um, and then I think it'll really pop. That type of Ready Player One kind of
Oh, I love that show.
want
The movie, I mean.
Yeah.
will happen. Yeah. Until then, like AR and is still going forward, and this kind of mobile VR is still marching into the future and has a lot of use cases. But you're not going to get that like Ready Player One, like feeling until like you bring like what VR chat is now to the masses, and it's just not possible now
Yeah.
without
Mm.
everyone dropping like $1,000 on a PC or more.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
So, what feature in Horizon do you wish to see in the near future that you're really hopeful we get?
I would love to be able to import my own texture maps or make my own texture
Yes.
maps in here.
Oh my gosh, that would be such a game changer.
They add so
too.
much to
Yeah,
the fidelity of the world.
it really does.
Bless you.
I would like to be able to turn a player. I do know there's some issues with that, and I understand why. Because, like, if you turn like this, you'll see the stuttering in a lot of worlds.
Yeah.
So, like, there's some issues that have to be worked out. But, like, just for driving games and stuff like that, I think that would be nice.
Oh yeah, like
Um,
sometimes we
Yeah,
sit and we have to turn ourselves. Yeah, like
yeah, we have
Oh
to turn
yeah.
some of those
ourselves.
ride
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
That's why
Okay.
wand and broom it works so well. Is because you don't realize you're turning yourself. Like, because like
Oh
you're flying with
yeah.
the broom, and then you can turn with your stick, but
Yes.
it just feels like you're flying, right? It works really
Yes.
well. But like for a car, you're gonna want to turn the wheel and then
Exactly.
turn,
Yeah.
or like a boat, or something. Like if you're steering your boat this way, you'll still stay forward while the boat turns. So you'll have to turn
Oh
yourself with
yeah.
it.
That's
It just
cool.
doesn't feel right. Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
couple
that
of
would be
things
cool.
that people have made where it's like my train where it's a static object and you have a wheel or
Mhm.
something, but you're actually turning the entire world, right? So
Oh
it gives
yeah.
that kind
Oh
of
God.
illusion that you're turning
Yeah.
when you're not. But like that's all
Yeah.
we got right now, so that
That
would
sounds
be
so
on the list.
complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
if you
would be
could
really cool.
turn people. I'm sure I have a list somewhere of wants.
Yeah. I think we all
Yeah.
do.
You can send it to me and
Those
I'll
are a
post it
couple.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like easily be able to import like images, of course, would be
Oh
nice.
That'd be
gosh.
cool.
Like there's stuff like if
Videos.
we could just
Mm.
Videos
save
would be
our
nice
own
too.
images. Like I
I'll be
understand there's
posting all my
Yeah.
problems with
swimsuit
like
pictures up in my house.
yeah, well like there's
It
problems
would
with
be
like
so nice.
copyright and like people importing inappropriate images and stuff that
Right.
Facebook
Right.
is like
Mhm.
really wary about. So I understand that,
True.
but like I still going back to the if you can make it in Horizon, like for example, take a photo in Horizon, well that's not coming from outside, stick it on
Yeah,
the
like
wall,
Alt
make
Space
it a
has that.
permanent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
put a
It would
frame
just be
around
so
it.
nice to
That
exactly to be able to
yeah.
bring something in and just be able to hang it up and put a frame around
Yeah.
it and then not
Yeah,
even
and then
use
you
You
have
could have
capacity,
like
like a
just
whole
like
pictures
wall
of
of
your
pictures up here.
friends.
yes.
Past guests.
You could
Yeah.
build some intricate like painting or something, take a
Yes. It
picture
would
of it,
be
put the
yes.
picture on the wall, and that's
On
like
I
hardly
mean
any
seriously.
capacity, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
There's a
would be
lot that can
game
be done
That'd be
with
changer.
cool
it.
Like,
actually.
It
yeah,
would. It
that,
really would.
well,
Yeah.
you could build like a whole like I did this kind of in a world. It won't work anymore because they changed the way doors work. But like I
Yeah.
had like a hallway with like stone walls, and all the stone walls were texture. Um, and so what I had done was I had gone into a world, I built like a really intricate stone wall, and then I lit part of it, like with like a glow object, as though
Yeah.
there was fire there.
Yeah.
And then I took a picture of it, and then I put that picture on a door, and I made the door big. And at that time, doors didn't bounce like that, so it was just
Yeah.
solid.
Mm.
And then I modeled some torches and put them so that they would line up with that little light spot. And then looking down this hallway, I had all these stone walls, and they were all texture maps. Like
Oh my
they were
gosh.
doors,
How
and
cool.
it works so well. And if we could just not have to use doors, if they could just be a texture map that we could generate in Horizon, I think that'd be fantastic. And it would really like allow people to like up the fidelity of their worlds, but also
Yeah.
to
Or
make their worlds
express
more
themselves.
unique.
Yeah. Express
Exactly.
themselves
Yeah.
in a creative way. Yeah. What are a couple worlds that you really love in Horizon that you've had nothing to do with that you visited and that
That's a
really
good
stood
That
question.
out
had
to you?
nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm,
it's gonna have to reach far now.
I don't know. Like, I really like Victor's worlds. They're very
Yeah. Oh my
inspiring for
gosh.
me.
Yeah.
He's
Rooftop world is
amazing. He
so
goes
good.
everything out
Oh,
of
it's great.
primitives. Doesn't touch
Such a nice guy too.
the. He's such a nice
Have I
guy.
met him? I don't
He
think so.
is. It's really sweet.
But he doesn't touch like the meshes.
mesh.
He just everything primitives, and his
Yeah.
worlds like are just perfectly like put together.
Yeah.
Like I really respect
Symmetrical.
him
Mm-hmm.
as an artist and a builder. He is a fantastic guy. And let's see. Oh, any of his worlds. Cloud Beach is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a
Let's see,
great vibe.
Mercati. He did
Yeah.
Ghostbusters World. like an art world with the
Oh, I
Ecto
don't think I knew
One
him.
and the firehouse. Oh, no, it's great. He's a great builder. Pigeon
Bless you.
has a legal moves chess, so like she scripted like an actual like chess game, and all the
Oh,
pieces
that's
know
so
like how to
cool.
move, and they know
Oh,
where
wow.
the other pieces are, so they know if they
Oh my
can move in
gosh.
certain directions or not, or if there's a piece there, or if they can take
That's
that
so
piece.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. She's amazing. Um,
Yeah, I don't know her
and
though.
She's on
Solaris,
Instagram.
of course,
Yeah.
has amazing worlds.
Yeah, she really does.
She's got what was the name of? I'm going to get in trouble for not remembering the name of the world.
We'll
You know,
add it in
there's
as a text
Galaxy
box.
Train, of course,
Oh,
Galaxy
yes.
Train, but that's an older world. Her and Space Glitter have made a bunch of worlds very recently. They've just been
There was a
fantastic.
Halloween world, I think.
Yeah, there's a Halloween world that was really cool. We had a great
Like a Halloween
party
dance.
there.
I went to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
dance.
there was like Cross Keys. That's the name of the world.
Oh, that's a nice
It's
place.
kind of like
I
it's
haven't
like a
been
pub
there. I'll
world.
have to check
Very
that.
British.
pretty
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, they've made some wonderful worlds together.
See, people don't know this about you. People who don't know you think you're kind of intimidating.
What?
But
No.
yeah, serious. That's it is. Yeah, I'm serious. But he's not. He's a very friendly person. So say hi to him if you see him, everybody.
McLay.
Yeah.
yeah. Say hi.
It's just the personality. I think maybe it's just because you like, I don't know. Maybe you give us stern looks. Maybe, I don't know. Just it's hard for you to smile also because of the beard, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know if you smiling or not.
Yeah. I gotta I'll just hold my thumbs up. So I'm always
gotta shave it off.
You know, like there are people that really want me to shave my beard in real life.
Are you ever?
Come on, let's do it.
Well, there's some people that like will kill me if I do, and there's some people that really would like me if I did. And like, I'm just gonna do me. You know, how about that?
That's
you know,
right.
I'm gonna keep it for right now.
Someone made you grow the
But,
beard because
I broke up with my girlfriend. You know, that's why guys grow beards. They break up with their girlfriend. Because like I had like the fashionable stubble. That's the way I usually kept it. And like, because if I shaved with a blade, I looked too young. And then if I let it grow, like it was kind of scraggly. It had like a whole Keanu beard going on. And so like I have an awkward phase for my beard where like it's a long awkward phase where it looks horrible. And then one day I wake up and it's like, oh, it's full now. It looks good. Okay. So if I shave it, then I'm gonna have to go through the awkward phase again.
Oh, you don't want to go through that again.
Like good beard, yeah.
Women
Same
go
thing
through
with
that
my
with their
hair. I have long hair
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say, yeah.
And like, so my avatar doesn't have it because this is how long my hair was when I came into Horizon. But because of COVID, like I was keeping my hair pretty cut, you know, like maybe once every 3 weeks or something. I get it cut, and I just walked across the street from work and got it cut, and it was easy and convenient. But as soon as it stopped being easy and convenient, I just stopped getting it cut, and it just kept growing. And there was a long awkward phase, but it didn't matter because everyone was inside.
True.
I didn't have a girlfriend, and so like I just kept growing. And I haven't had long hair since I was like 20. And so I was like, when I cut my hair when I was like 22, I was like, well, I'll never have long hair again. Like this is it, right?
Yeah.
And the reason was because of that long awkward phase. There was no way I was going to go through that again.
It's too hard. It is. It's like 3 weeks of suffering. It really
I shaved my legs for 2 years.
It's
okay,
like a
during
year.
COVID.
Well,
Like,
you have curly hair though, so that's probably why
yeah.
it takes longer to
So,
grow
like,
out. Yeah.
and then there's the awkward phase. It doesn't look good for like 8 months. Like it looks horrible. Yeah, I'm wearing a beanie for 8 months before. Like, and then
8 months.
It always happens. Yeah, it always happens.
Well, that's because your
when,
hair
like,
is curly. Do you get a little bit of like a fro sometimes?
Yeah. Like it grows out.
You start braiding it.
And then it gets enough weight to where it kind of comes down.
Yeah.
But like my friends don't know I have long hair, even though they see me every week, because I'm wearing a beanie, right? And then I take my beanie off one day, and now I just have this long hair.
Oh,
like,
long,
what happened?
flowing hair.
Yeah,
Probably longer than my hair. Sheesh.
So how long? So you've been growing it out then for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been about COVID
since
time.
COVID, yeah.
Probably like 20 inches.
So it's probably like if I, because I have curly hair, so like if I stretch it down, I'm stretching it down right now. Let me see. It comes a little bit past my shoulders, like right to my shoulders.
Wow,
Not
he's
quite.
Wow, that's yeah,
like
that's
Jesus
pretty
hair.
good.
It's
Yeah.
like Jesus hair, yeah. This is not Horizon related, but so like I've washed my hair, it's conditioned and like it's combed, and then I'll like put it back, and like wring it out, right? And then I'll do my hair first, and then I'll like wash my body and stuff, and like beard and all that stuff.
Mm.
And then every so often I'll reach back and I'll like wring it out again because like it like the water soaks back down. It just keeps
Oh
going
yeah.
this
Oh,
way.
okay.
Yeah. And so if I keep
Over
doing
and
that,
over.
I really won't have to towel dry it when I get out. It'll be damp.
Oh,
And then I'll probably like
he's perfected
sometimes
this.
if I'm in a hurry, I'll blow dry it. But usually I don't. I usually like tie
So
it
wait,
back
when you
and then
blow dry
let
it,
dry.
does it like throw it out too? Like
No, it doesn't. I mean, like if I piece it up, I guess
I
it
did
would.
that.
But no, I don't. I just do it enough to like get by. So
yeah,
if I
it's
have to
like
go
damp.
somewhere, but
Doesn't.
I have blow dried my beard though,
Oh
and
really?
that's awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
God.
Like it
Nice
straightens
and
it. Like
soft.
yeah,
Yeah.
the heat straightens it out, and like my beard's
Yep.
a lot
Yeah.
longer than it looks like in photos and stuff because it's curly too.
Yeah.
So like I could pull my beard out, and like I can't believe how long it actually is.
I had a friend who used to
But
braid his
Cool.
beard. Like he used to take the whole
I
thing
want
and
to
braid
braid.
it.
Like I could totally
Like
like
one
pass
braid.
for like a Viking. Braid my hair.
Right. Have
God.
some
Put
beads
like a
in
braid.
there.
Yeah, have some
Yeah.
beads
Oh,
in
God.
there.
Some feathers hanging from it. A couple strips of leather.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got a kilt. I mean, it's not a Viking thing. I have Scotch Irish in me.
You're
So like
Scottish.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The
Yeah,
man.
I do too.
McLay.
Scotch Irish
So I got like
represent.
Do you
a
wear the
tactical
kilt?
kilt. Yeah, it's very comfortable. Like I don't wear it like all the time.
No, I've heard
I
that
have-
though. That like
Yeah.
it really is.
Oh God.
Yeah,
And-
like so the kilt I have is a tactical kilt, so it like folds over like that and snaps. But like an actual kilt, like you wrap around. It's like 20 yards or something.
Whoa.
It's like this like long
Wow.
piece of like wool,
Really?
and
Like
it
a
wraps
sari.
all the way around you.
Crazy.
So like the part that
Oh.
comes up over here, like
Oh, okay.
that's a part of the same piece of cloth.
piece of material.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had no
It's like
idea.
a sari, kind of.
My ancestors are just shaking their head. Like
It's
I had no
actually
idea.
I kind of want to get a real kilt. I'm sure I have like family colors and stuff, yeah.
Oh, you should do
think
your
I'll look into
ancestry
that.
research.
Yeah.
I know you like sushi. I was going to ask you about what other foods do you
Yeah.
like in besides
Oh,
sushi?
I have an addiction to poke bowls.
Oh,
you know
fish
what that is?
also?
Ooh.
You like fish?
Is that how you pronounce that? Pokey?
Pokey.
Poke-
It sounds like a pokeball.
pokey? I know.
Pokeball.
Anyway,
Poke
all it
bowl.
is, it's like rice and chicken, and like I put some tuna in there, some raw tuna, some tofu. There's edamame. You can make your own. Like
Sounds
it's
very
just a bunch
healthy.
of
Yeah, it
good
does.
stuff. Like oh no, it's delicious. I assume it's healthy, but it is like prepared, so who knows how much like fat and salt or
It sounds healthy.
but it does sound healthy. That's why I get it. So I really like that. Sushi. I like sushi.
Pizza.
Yay.
I like Taco Bell. I like pizza.
Taco Bell. Oh no. We're going to Taco
I
Bell.
had Taco Bell today.
Oh no. I
Like
can
those are
Taco
the
Bell.
extremes. Like Taco Bell, sushi.
Yeah, it's like a very
Every
opposite.
other-
Hey?
like every other day.
Okay, so
Nice.
since Johnny's here, like John's gonna share all his social media with us. So like, where can people find
Oh,
you if they want to
geez.
follow you?
Where can they find me? So I have a Facebook like artist page. And this is the confusing bit. It's just called John McLay. And my actual like personal profile is also called John McLay. So don't follow that one. Follow the artist page.
The
Because if I
artist
don't know
page.
you,
Yes,
then I'll be like, I don't know you. Why
he's not
are you
gonna
friending
accept
me?
it.
Yeah. I
Don't
won't
friend him.
accept.
Follow him.
Yeah, there
Gonna
you
get
go.
ignored.
And this is
Wait,
something
am
that
I
some
your
people
friend
just-
or a follower? I don't know now.
I don't know, but like some people will friend me or whatever, but like I do know them, but I don't know their real name. And like,
I'm gonna friend
who's
you.
this person? I don't know this person.
Oh yeah.
Like, and if some people will say, "Oh, hey, it's me. It's purple." It's like, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah.
and then I'll accept. But like, if I don't know you, show you, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like say yes, you can see where I live now.
Right.
Oh, and he also has Instagram. You have a few Instagram profiles too, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
same
so-
deal. Like one of them is like you can friend me on that one. That's fine. That's not like, like I think of my Facebook as like my friends, right? Like people I hang out with.
It's more
people I know.
personal, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Any of the Instagrams, like I do have one that's I post like my Saturday night, every Saturday night while we're playing a game. I do like
Oh,
a
okay.
little quick sketch, and sometimes I post that. Usually
cool.
superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember. I think it's called the John McLay.
That's the one I chat
in,
to you on, yeah.
Yeah,
The
in
John McLay.
Instagram. Yeah.
We'll post up the details on the video. So do you have a YouTube channel
Here.
that people could follow?
No, I don't. I thought about
Mhm.
doing something like that, but I just never got around to it.
Twitter?
No, no Twitter.
No, Twitter.
I don't even
Oh
know
my
if I
God.
want Twitter now. Like,
You have LinkedIn, though. You know that.
I know, it's been so much drama on Twitter. Oh. Why, Elon? Okay, so he hasn't got Twitter. You have LinkedIn, but that's business, so don't follow him on LinkedIn. Unless you're a business person, you need well
you can
built.
follow me on
Then
LinkedIn.
find him there.
That's-
John's single, by
Now
the
I'm
way.
old.
If anyone's looking
Now
for,
I'm old.
I'm building a wall for Valentine's Day. You need to.
Here. Here. There you go.
Oh, you
Thank
gave
you.
away the cup I made you.
Aw.
When she lets go,
So if you
it'll appear right back.
If you feel like making me a
okay.
gift, anytime you're just hinting here, anyone wants to give me a gift, I don't mind.
It's her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Trixie.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Yay.
Yay. There's cupcakes at the back if you want to have some, by the way. And I'm like, yeah. So, by the way, since this is called Chasing Portals, you know how we end our podcast? John's going to open a portal to one of his favorite worlds. Oh, we're going to go out here. So the portal opens up
Yeah.
here.
So,
Oh, okay. So, like,
So tell us what world you're going to
So
open a
she can
portal to
record
and
it.
why. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna open up a portal to Wanda Broom because I really like that world.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm giving
I
you
haven't
roll
been there in a
5
while.
stars. Let's see.
Oh, cool. So this is
Ooh.
Wand and Broom by John
Mm.
McLay.
Nice.
Are we all going to jump
That's
through the portal?
Solaris right there. That's what she used to
Oh,
look
yeah.
like.
Yep.
Ah,
Back in the day.
nice.
She still kind of looks
Thanks
the
for
same.
watching, everybody.
Thank you,
Have a good
everybody.
evening. Bye. Thanks for visiting, John. Bye, everybody. Hmm.